What's up everyone, Elmi here. And so, I recently uploaded a video that focused on the top 20 worst PlayStation games. Now, the PlayStations are some of my all-time favorite consoles. I mean, how could they not be? They have some of the greatest games ever. But at the same time, there were a few bad ones. And my last Watch Mojo video I reacted to covered the top 10 worst PlayStation games. And now they have another list right here called the top 10 worst PlayStation 2 games. And yeah, PlayStation 2, when I think about that, I think of Jak 3, God of War, and Metal Gear Solid 2. You know, so many good examples. But then there were a few bad ones. I'm very aware of one or two of them, like Simpsons Skateboarding. I have addressed how much I hated that game in last time I reacted to Watch Mojo's content. Simpsons Skateboarding, that game really pissed me off as a kid, and it's one of those god-awful broken abominations that I will never go back to again. Just a glitched up mess. But now let's take a look and see what they have to say about what PlayStation 2 games are bad. So, without further ado, let's jump right into this. Simpsons Skateboarding is definitely going to be on this list. Running Cab Challenge.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst PS2 games.
Oh, yeah. Catwoman's supposed to be really bad,
Check out our new
just like the movie.
channel, Mojo Plays, for in-depth reviews, thoughtful video essays, detailed character origins, and insightful commentary.
Hey, even
Mojo
Halle
Plays,
Berry admitted it was
Game
terrible.
Smarter. For this list, we'll be looking at what we consider to be the worst video games released for the PlayStation 2. These games were absolutely unplayable and irredeemable pieces of crap.
I don't know what this is, but that guy's not even writing anything.
Titles like Animal Soccer World, while dreadful, will not be included, as you can barely call that a video game. We know you've never heard of it. Trust us, that's a good thing. Number 10, Bad Boys Miami Takedown.
Oh, I didn't know Bad Boys had a video game.
While the Bad Boys movies are certainly no masterpieces, they serve as decent buddy cop entertainment.
Looks like a GTA knockoff.
And enjoy a mindless action movie. This game is just an abomination on all fronts. First off, the characters providing the voices for Mike and Marcus are grotesquely bad. Not only are they annoying, but the humor, if you want to call it that, falls completely flat 100% of the time.
Hey, I used to play this one when I was a kid. Yeah, what happened? Not much. You hot, you die.
Yeah, it's nothing like the
I
characters.
suppose this would be excusable if the gameplay was fun, but it consists of nothing but relentlessly shooting poorly animated and incredibly stupid bad guys. Chalk it up to another crappy licensed video game.
What's the deal? Some little booty call on the side? Hell no. It's just that, well, kind of had a thing.
Number 9, Robin Hood's Quest.
Oops, this is the wrong side.
Probably a good reason why I
By
haven't heard of this one.
2007, the PlayStation 2 was on its last legs, so you'd think that it would want to go out with a bang. This was not a bang. It wasn't even a whimper. Robin Hood's Quest is probably one of the worst games you've never played, and be thankful for that.
The sheriff's men took my quarterstaff. Please get it back.
Yeah,
This was
get it back, laddie.
2007, when the graphics were really beginning to amp up, yet this game looked like it came straight from the N64. On top of that, the map and gameplay were confusing, the load
Yeah,
times
this doesn't even
were
look like a
terrible,
PlayStation 2 game.
and the animation was stiff and awful. You really need to stretch to find something good about this game, because it really
Graphics
is
are
a
terrible for a
hodgepodge
PlayStation 2 game.
Great.
Number 8, Catwoman. And you thought the movie was bad. Catwoman is a prime
is bad.
example of video games cashing in on a blockbuster movie and paying absolutely zero attention to its own quality. Gotta get those dollar bills.
Moonlight Sail Boys.
The game wasn't completely without merits. The graphics were pretty decent, we guess, and that's about it. Everything else ranged from mediocre, like the animations, to just plain awful, like the boring combat and atrociously irritating camera. Maybe one day we'll get good licensed movie tie-in games that aren't thrown together in a matter of minutes.
All right, Ms. Phillips.
Yeah, I imagine this game was pretty rushed.
Run these designs
To
straight
cash in
to
on the
the
success of the
factory.
movie.
Got that.
Number 7, Crazy Frog Racer and Crazy Frog Racer 2.
Huh. So, both games?
Okay, seriously, whose damn idea was it to create a video game based on the Crazy Frog?
He's not even writing anything. It's
These
like an
games are
invisible
nothing but
bike.
an attempt to squeeze money out of the highly annoying craze that was Crazy Frog. as the games themselves are next to worthless. The graphics were fine, we suppose, but aside from that, they have no redeeming qualities whatsoever. They're just as annoying as you'd expect, and the actual racing gameplay is both frustrating and boring, as the tracks are confusing and the power-ups are lame. We guess it's alright for kids, but everyone else need not apply.
Okay. I avoid that
Number
one.
6, Fugitive Hunter, War on Terror.
A buddy might have this game. It's
In this
horrible.
game, you must control a CIFR agent who must hunt down and capture Osama bin Laden. And when you do, you get into a poorly animated fist fight with him.
It's our time.
Yeah, that's all you need
At least
to
you
know
get to
regarding
beat 'em
this
up anyway.
stupid game. The problem with ridiculous games like this is that they take themselves too seriously. Yet the mechanics, graphics, and gameplay are so stupid that anyone who plays this mess would collapse in bouts of laughter. This is clearly a low-budget effort from a studio that didn't seem to care, and what resulted was an extremely poor and unintentionally hilarious experience.
I was about to say, the gameplay looks pretty ridiculous.
Number 5, The Simpsons Skateboarding.
I hate this game.
We can only imagine the executives. Okay guys, let's see here. The Simpsons is popular. Those Tony Hawk games seem to be good with the kids right now. I know, Simpsons Skateboarding.
Exactly. It was all to cash in on the success of Tony Hawk games.
We don't know why the Simpsons and the Tony Hawk series had to be put together. I mean, Bart can skate, but Tony Hawk, he is not.
Thanks for the lift, Tony Hawk.
But we could have forgiven it if this game was actually fun. It wasn't.
And Kent Brockman never shuts up in this game.
Abysmal, the skating was sluggish, and the game was extremely frustrating due to the lack of registration when it came to commands. Oh, and to add insult to injury, it wasn't even funny. It's The Simpsons, for crying out loud. This was just a failure on all fronts.
And you can't even spin while you're in the air. You can't do any of those moves, like you see in Tony Hawk.
Number 4, The Guy Game.
First up is Christy. She studies fashion merchandising.
I read about this game. It's stupid.
Help her here.
We're sure that this game was popular with teenage boys, but for everyone else, it was nothing but a veiled excuse for some tame nudity. Throughout the game, host Matt Sandler asks Spring Breakers a variety of trivia questions. If they get the answer wrong, they have to flash the camera.
Broken leg.
A broken leg is incorrect.
The concept of the game is to guess whether or not a given woman answered the question correctly. The more the player guesses correctly, the clearer the censored breasts become. And that's about the entire experience. If you really wanted to see boobs that badly, couldn't you have just gone to the internet?
Then it doesn't count, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Number 3, Beverly Hills Cop.
I didn't know they made that into a game. Beverly Hills Cop.
There's nothing quite like making a video game based on a 20-year-old movie to get the kids excited. This game about an American cop in an American setting was released exclusively in the European market, which was sheer luck for all you North American players out there. At least you didn't have to subject yourself to this torture.
Okay, that explains it, because it wasn't released in America. And I'll bet Eddie
The
Murphy
game,
had nothing
like
to do with it
pretty much
either.
every other licensed game before it was completely asinine in every conceivable way, from the terribly outdated graphics to the nonsensical and glitchy gameplay. Would be surprised if this game was 20 years old as well.
Yeah, this does look bad. I hope.
Number 2, Charlie's Angels.
Good morning, angels.
Good morning, Charlie.
Oh look, another terrible licensed video game. At least we think it is. It's kind of hard to tell.
They
due to
did that
the
a lot with
eyesore that are
PlayStation
these
2.
graphics. While
Adapting
the
movies to
original
games.
Charlie's Angels movie was nothing to write home about, it seems like Citizen Kane next to this travesty.
Yeah, the movie wasn't
Literally
that bad.
everything about this game is irredeemably awful, including the aforementioned graphics, the horrendously bad camera, some truly ear-bleeding voice acting, and extremely dull combat mechanics. It's too bad that Charlie's Angels couldn't save themselves from their own inept video game.
Hurry, Alex, we gotta get out of here now.
Before we unveil our top pick, here's a few dishonorable mentions.
What is this? Oh, Fight Club. Yeah, I never played that game, but yeah, it doesn't look that appealing. Just watch the movie. Way better. I don't know this one.
Number 1, Little Britain the video game.
What the hell is this?
We don't know how this game was given the final go-ahead, but to see the finished product on the market is completely baffling. The gameplay revolves around partaking in several mini-games and interacting with various characters from the titular sketch show.
We don't want your sort round here. There's Hazeldine on the cover.
Even for fans of the show, this game is horrendously bad. The sketches are painfully unfunny, and the game itself, if you can even call it that,
Okay.
is a total mess.
Mini game's a
It
Pac-Man
makes
knockoff.
everything else on this list seem like the Ocarina of Time. Everyone should play Little Brick
Never
and
referred to
Almost
Simpsons
once in their
skateboarding as
lives
Ocarina of
just
Time.
to see how low video games can go.
What you looking at?
Why is there fire coming out of her?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips
It's
from
like-
Watch Mojo.
it's-
and
you know, forget it, I don't
subscribe
even
for
wanna
new
know.
videos every day.
I do not want to know. Whatever that game is, I don't want to know. Oh, man. Yeah, I have not heard of a few of those games, and yeah, for pretty good reason. Like, oh my god, really, god. For me, nothing is worse. Like, the worst PlayStation 2 game I ever played, personally, was Simpsons Skateboarding. It always will be the worst Simpsons game, the worst thing Simpsons ever had its name on. An insultingly bad video game adaptation of one of the greatest shows of all time. Oh my god. But yeah, the rest of these looked horrible as well. So yeah, now you know what to avoid if you look into the PlayStation 2 library. So, hope you guys enjoyed my reaction to the top 10 worst PlayStation 2 games of all time by Watch Mojo. Hit the like button if you did, share with your friends, subscribe to my channel for more content, and if you have any suggestions for what I should check out in the future, just let me know in the comments below. See you in the next video. Bye!